Pinalabas sa kamera pero hindi tumitigil sa pag-iingay sa politika. Nothing can stop him. Ang sabi ng iba ay tinarget lamang siya dahil sa kanyang pagbatikos kay former House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Sabi naman ng mga dati niyang kasama, ang kawalan niya raw ng decorum ang siyang naging dahilan ng kanyang pagtanggal sa kamera.
Ayun na nga. Palagay mo, ano ba yun? Humanap lang sila ng paraan. Ano ba yung mga, marami ring kung na came to his defense.
14, no? 14 of them.
Including Toby Chanco, Egay Rice, di ba?
Said no to that proposal.
No, but I listened to their defense. It also kind of makes sense, hindi ba? So, tingnan natin. Kiko Barsagay is in the house. Hello.
Meow. Meow.
Can I ask you, because I'm
Yes.
also an animal welfare advocate, how many cats do you have?
20.
20. Free roaming in the house?
Yeah. Iba-iba. Yung around 10 to 12 nasa loob ng bahay. Tapos yung iba mga strays na pinapakain na sa labas. So doon na sila tumira.
Oh, at nagsimula ito, bata ka pa lang.
Iba-iba because I have multiple... Sometimes when we move houses, walang mga pusa doon. Pero usually when I was very young, yes, may mga pusa kami.
Ayun, okay. So, hence, Kong Meow. Oo.
Dog
So,
lover ka rin ba? Hindi.
Dogs din.
Oh, dogs
Cats,
din.
May dogs ka din.
How many dogs do you have?
One na actual pet ko, pero madaming mga aso sa bahay namin.
Okay.
Ah, wow. So, they're animal lovers. Okay. So,
Ang masasabi ko lang, di ba, I agree yun dun sa kasabihan na kapag animal lover ka, mabuti kang tao.
yes, pero do you also love crocodiles?
Yes. Yung mga actual na crocodiles, hindi yung mga congressman.
Yung
They're
crocodile
very
na
fascinating
naglalakad.
creatures.
Ayaw nga sa buhaya, sorry. Okay. Kong Kiko, ano ba talaga ang naging reaksyon ninyo nang tuluyang ma-expel kayo sa house? Nasaktan ka rin ba?
Meow, 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 meow. I mean, hindi naman. It's expected.
Okay. You were expecting it. Were you pushing it?
Not really pushing it. It's that they were the ones pushing it, syempre. Pero hindi naman ako yung tipo ng tao na nagsasabi, oy, expel niyo ako, ganun. It's not wise for them to start just expelling everyone who goes against them. But at the same time, I did not actively try to change in order to fit more into Congress, into what is usually accepted in Congress.
Really? Well, I don't know. Has anybody really done a Facebook, an Instagram live or something, a streaming, calling them crocodiles?
Well, none yet because there was no Facebook or Instagram during that time. And
Sabagay, totoo din yun.
hindi yun live because I don't make lives within the plenary hall since I still have to do editing and everything. So hindi siya live. It's pre-recorded.
Pero hindi ka ba nang hinayang, Kiko, dun sa mandate na natanggap mo noong eleksyon? Siyempre, pinagkatiwalaan ka ng taong bayan na maging kinatawan nila. At ngayon, wala nang magsisilbing representative dun sa distrito nila. Nahinayang ka ba dun?
Hindi naman kasi it's not me who deliberately resigned. I was expelled by my colleagues in Congress. So sila yung nag-decision nun, sila yung gumawa nun.
Was it too harsh? Was it too harsh? You know, in a corporation, you are warned or suspended 3 times before actual termination. And there is reasonable time to warn you that, you know, if there are no amends, if behavior does not change, then there will be more permanent consequences. Hindi ka ba binigyan ng sapat na panahon para pag-isipan mo na kung ituloy-tuloy mo yung iyong ginagawa, ma-expel ka talaga?
Well, that's also under the assumption that my behavior for my original suspension was fundamentally wrong. I have not stolen anything, so I don't really see the problem.
Ayun. So, kumbaga, kahit yung mga warning, you did not agree with it?
Yes.
Oo. So, upon resumption, tuloy-tuloy siya.
And they're also incapable of putting those same warnings to the congressmen who were involved in the flood control. So, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's the reality that we live in.
Nagulat na rin ako because it's a democracy and you're free to air your opinion. You're free to say your opinion. So, hindi ko lang alam kung, I'm not so sure, no, kung ano yung talagang nakasulat sa panuntunan or rules of Congress that you violated. Did your lawyer explain it to you?
Well, no, that's the problem with the rules. It's also free to be interpreted by the congressman. What's disruptive and what's not disruptive also depends on the interpretation of the Rules Committee.
Okay. So do you think the rules of Congress have to be amended so that it is foolproof, easily understandable, and agreed upon by everyone?
No, because there's no such thing as foolproof rules. If all rules do not have to be interpreted, if all laws do not necessarily need interpretations and they can be made foolproof, then we would not need a judiciary system. We have those because what is written and how people understand what is written within the laws itself and within the rules itself needs to be interpreted by a competent body. The problem with it is that competent body is also serving their own interests, and they will interpret the rules in a ways that also align with their own political interests. And someone speaking out against the crocodile farm is against those said interests.
Ayun, yung interest, no? Hindi ba, sabi nga nila, all roads lead to the conviction or the acquittal of certain suspected criminals within Congress, hindi ba? So, okay. In line with that, the Ombudsman is preparing a so-called grand case against your best friend, former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. So do you think he should recuse himself or be expelled as well?
Well, I don't know. I mean, ilang billion ba yung nanako niya? Trillions? Hundreds of billions?
Can you prove that? Hoy, teka muna.
I'm just asking, ilan ba yung nanako niya? Kung wala naman siya masyadong ginawa, di mga 3 hours, 4 hours community service na lang. Mabait naman si Romualdez eh.
Okay. So, but you are convinced that there was a crime committed.
Well, there is definitely a crime committed, and that crime is the crime of not being able to prevent the flood control anomalies from actually happening, from actually occurring during his watch as Speaker. It's the crime of neglect in his inability to prevent the criminal actions that Congress has committed. And secondly, whether or not he is involved in that said crime is also something that's of an entirely separate topic. So it's not like he would just allow all of the flood control to happen without benefiting from it. So that's the issue. He's trying to portray Zaldico as the mastermind, but it's impossible to steal hundreds of billions and not notice it and have it not noticed by the House Speaker. So regarding this grand case, I don't think it's going to go anywhere because Romualdez is still the cousin of the president.
Yun nga, I was about to ask that. Naniniwala ka ba na sincere yung administration sa paghabol?
No, it's not. Nothing's going to happen here because there are still personal relations that we have to consider, and Martin Romualdez is still very close with Malacanang, so I don't see anything going with this case. Baka para lang to because we're already expecting severe flooding again because there's no difference with the flood control projects this year compared to last year. In the 2026 budget, actually, people were afraid, most of the congressmen were afraid to put budgets under flood control because of the issues in the 2025 budget. So 2026, we can expect a similar outcome, except now we have the worst economy, we have the oil crisis to deal with, and the eventual food crisis due to the lack of fertilizers getting imported from the Middle East.
Okay. So, let's go to the monologue, the video of Speaker Martin Romualdez. Do you have your own interpretation? Wala
Which
tayong
video?
interpretation.
Yung sa-
Wala tayong interpretation. Like when he said,
Na may idadamay
I am
siya.
not going to be the fall guy for whoever. And if you bring me down, I will bring you down with me. What was he talking about?
Well, I think that's directly stating, I think he's sending a message to Malacanang, but it could also be a portrayal of parang may konting rivalry sila. But outside of that, I don't really believe this. Because from what I've seen, if Romualdez were to be arrested or were to have any cases filed against him, it should have been done last year. And if it took this long, then it's really too late for it to be considered sincere.
Okay.
The keyword is portrayal, no? Kumbaga, arte-arte lang,
Yes.
no? Para kay Kong Kiko, itong away nila ng Malacanang at ni former House Speaker.
Ang sinasabi ng ibang marites, tunay yung kanilang naging rift.
Okay.
Kaya umabot sa ganun eh. Remember when they thought Saldico was going to come home? Tapos hindi natuloy.
Yes.
Hindi na rin natuloy yung away nila. This is just Marites, Hindi natin nakukumpirma ito. So, what about when he said, this could not, all of this could not have been perpetrated. All the problems with the budget appropriation would not have happened only because of the Speaker of the House. This had to have the approval of the executive. Ano yung executive?
That would have to be Malacanang. But the problem here isn't just approval, it's also the lack of action from the executive in that regard. Because for this flood control issue, it would be impossible for the executive not to have any information regarding that. So hindi naman na sinasabi niyang involved din yung executive. Pero kung sakaling hindi involved, but wala silang ginawa doon tungkol sa flood control, kung sakaling parang pinayagan lang nila. Imbis na kahit wala silang involvement, pinayagan pa rin nila yun.
But, okay, Congress, Speaker Martin Romualdez, Malacanang maintains its numbers. Politically speaking, maintains its numbers among the congressmen. You agree?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, so having said that, may mangyayari ba sa Congress?
No.
Wala. Wala.
Ganun kasimple lang. People were asking the same things when yung lumaki yung flood control issue nung nagkaroon ng mga massive protests. We've had hundreds of thousands of people in the street protesting against the flood control corruption, but ultimately the system still perpetuates itself. It's still maintained, it's still held strong, and the status quo of Congress still resumes up to this day.
Okay. So how do you explain the overwhelming vote for the trial of the impeachment of Vice President Sara?
It's the same as previously stated. Malacanang still gets majority support from Congress.
Malacanang. Okay. Paano yun? Ano yun? Ano?
Yeah.
Ikaw na magsabi.
Pero hindi. Kasi as a result of the expulsion, posibleng magpatawag ng special elections sa distrito ni Kiko. I'd like to ask Kiko if interesado ka pa ba tumakbo muli as congressman sa same district?
Well, if ever na may magsasponsor sa akin.
Pere, magkano? Okay, how much does it take to run for Congress these days?
$100 trillion.
No, come on. If you want to be speaker. Loko lang. Okay.
Wait. So magkano yun? For these days, it really depends eh. Kasi ako nagmiyaw-miyaw lang ako. So wala akong masyadong...
Walang puhunan.
Wala.
Mahirap lang ako eh.
Totoo
Mostly
ba?
mga cat foods lang. My money goes to cat foods.
So
for
wait,
myself.
muna, nag-song and dance number ka ba ng kampanya?
Meow, 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 meow.
Ay, oo nga, may ganong
Sabing
kanta.
camera.
Pero
Yun,
bukas
puro ganun lang ako. Tapos nanalo din naman. So,
Pero
effective.
bukas ka na tumakbo ulit sa same position mo.
I'm open to the idea, pero 2 years of vacation sounds much better than going back to the crocodile farm.
Where would you take a vacation?
Sa bahay lang.
Bahay
Cavite.
lang. Okay, maybe you can make the rounds of all the animal shelters,
I've-
including mine.
I've already done that all around
ganon?
Cavite.
Okay.
So I could do it again.
Bisita sa shelter namin, ha?
Saan ba yun?
Sasabihin ko sa'yo mamaya.
Okay.
O 2 years vacation, no? Pwedeng allusion yan to 2028. How about being governor of Cavite?
Governor of Cavite. And then, mas gusto ko na talaga yung sa legislative eh. Kasi yung governor, especially considering Cavite, it's such a chaotic area that a governor is a horrible job to be.
Tsaka mano-mano yan sa tao, no? You have to talk to all the mayors, all the councilors, vice mayors, mga barangay captain.
Well, I mean, actually mas sanay na ako sa ganun sa local eh. Noong panahon pala, lalo na during the pandemic times, I was the one who I got used to dealing with those types of matters. Pero yung sa Cavite talaga, sobrang daming nagiging issues doon, sobrang laki ng mga issues doon that being governor is definitely not preferable.
Alam mo yan din ang sinabi. Balita ko, is it true that Kong Lian Leviste is also not thinking of running for governor?
Yes, I've heard. Pero depende talaga. So, magiging decision niya sa 2028.
Okay.
Pero baka tapusin niya yung 3 terms. We'll see.
Baka tapusin ang 3 terms. So what do you think? Is that going to happen also to Leon Leviste being expelled?
Well, possibly. Kasi there's always the possibility of that. But at the same time, they would have to justify it again as well. So, ang alam ko may ethics complaint din siya at si Eli San Fernando nagkaroon din ng ethics complaint. But those things, they would have to gradually increase and Congress will also have to gauge the reactions of the public because if they just keep expelling people, especially when elections close, isipin ng mga tao kung ba't yun yung mga ina-expel nila. If they expel Leviste and San Fernando, then they'd also have to expel the congressmen who are involved in the flood control, which they have failed to do. And yung kay Zaldico, never siya nagkaroon ng ethics case kahit nung tumakas na siya papuntang Amerika. Or was it Europe? When he flew to... No, I remember he flew to America for surgery, was it? And then he went to Europe afterwards.
Wala palang na-file na ethics
There was
case
no
kay-
ethics complaint against him.
Parang inunahan na niya, nag-resign na siya, no? Oo.
Yes. All the way from the SONA until November when he resigned, there were no ethics complaints against him.
Okay, last question. Meron ka pa bang
Wala na.
second to the last?
Go ahead.
Okay, what do you think of what's going on in the Senate? What is your prediction will happen?
What's my prediction that will happen? Will depend kasi because people have multiple interpretations of the Senate leadership. Well, our interpretation is na nandun sila sa roll call si Senator Bato and Senator Jinggoy, so they cannot be marked as people as not part of the necessary quorum that's needed there. So, just people will interpret it in a way that serves their interests and serves their parties, their beliefs. Para sa akin naman, it's magulo lang talaga doon.
Okay, so hihintay na lang natin how they will resolve themselves. Ano? You think
And
a special session is going to be called?
Yes, and I've also seen massive protests outside of the Senate, so it's a very chaotic situation there as well.
Medyo tahimik nga ngayon sa Congress.
Oo nga.
Parang good boy sila. Hindi ba? Okay, so...
Well, until typhoon season.
Oo nga eh. Pero these days, so what are you doing?
Mostly sports, playing with my cats, games.
Are you still doing your vlogs?
Meow Meow Vlogs.
Ah, Meow
Actually,
Meow.
yun yung plano ko eh. I plan on also giving some relief goods, some goodie bags para sa mga tricycles, jeepney, and delivery drivers.
Have you necessarily toned down on your opinion about Congress?
No, if anything, it increased because now I'm no longer bound to the rules of the Ethics Committee.
Ayan, okay. Thank you so much for your
Okay.
time. Kiko Barsaga, forever brave and meow meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Okay, so, marami pong salamat. Talaga namang ganun, ano? Hindi natin masasabi talaga kung ano ang susunod because anything is possible in this country, right?
Oo.